Good day and welcome to our edition of Outside of Genie. Today, the 4th of December, we have racing from two venues. I will be making one video for both venues. We'll start off with Fairview on the poly track and then move to Gryeville on the poly track. Sometimes it feels to me like all we do is racing on poly tracks every day. I know it's not true, but one just get the feeling. I'm not a very big fan of polytrack racing, but that's the way it is. So before I start, I just want to mention that what Outside of Genie do is we do a form analysis and we then give you the punter outsider selection that you can add into your own play and add to your numbers, and should those outsiders arrive, you will then be collecting the bigger dividend. Also, what we also do is we provide you a daily analysis service where you can sign up for our subscription every day, where we will send you a comprehensive, detailed selections, race by race, pick six, PAs, trifectas, quartet selections, all affordable, and you can play them as you wish. We charge for that service 500 Rand a month. And should you be interested, you can contact us on 083 585 5133. Then lastly, I just want to explain how our predictions work. I give you three numbers. The first number is my horse that I think my outright selection that I will think will win the race. That can be at any price. It's not necessarily a favorite. I've given outright winners at 53 to 1, 50 to 1. Then my other two numbers is my outsider selections in no particular order. These are the two outsiders that I think can either win on place, and you can then add them. And if they arrive, you'll be standing in a palquin laughing, thanking outsider Genie. Then some people want me to do more in-depth analysis race by race. Other people want me to keep the video as short as possible. So in order to satisfy both groups, what I do is I then give you per race. I give you my outright selection. I give you my two outsider selections, and then I'll talk about maybe two or three other horses in the race. Or sometimes I just give you my selections and move on to the next race in order to keep the video as short as possible because people are time constrained. Another thing, I forgot lastly, but I'll be posting this on groups today. But should you want more information, you can contact me. I've joined up with an expert in soccer. This person has won the soccer 13 three times, collecting just under 1.5 million through the free that he's won. And I'm starting up a division now where we will be giving soccer tips every day. That will be a subscription service only, but we will give you, just to give you, a kickstart. We will give you some selections for the weekend. That will be for free. So look out for the groups. Or if you're not in one of my groups and you also want to be part of that, then you can WhatsApp me on 083 585 5133. Just say soccer tips, and then I'll send you all the details. I will also be building a website over the weekend where we can then also work through the website. So let's just have a look at the first race here at Fairview. The betting as follows. A maiden plate over 2,200 meters. Okay, here we have the betting from Betting World Sports Betting. I see they haven't got the pictures for the colors up to date. I always have to look at that because when I start, then I can look for them in the race as well. But yeah, that's not my business. It's just poor service. Anyway, Imperious Duke 9 to 10, 2 to 1 Chai, 28 to 10 Global Canyon, Bill and 10 to 1, 66 to longer. The others, scratch number 5 and 6. So only a small field. My selection here is number 6. Let's go down to number 6 here now. Come on, number 6. 8 is scratched. Here we have Chow, which you can't see in this last day. This was run on Tuesday, and Chai ran a close second, just got beaten on the line. And I think today looking at this, the breeding and stuff, I don't think the 2012 will be a problem. And I think number 6, Chai, Look for Harris on board, will be running a huge race. My outsider selection is number 7, Billy Ann. Billy Ann always run now and then, has run a second, the fourth, maybe a good thing for a place today in the small field. The favorite here is number 1, Imperious Duke. I can tell you now, I won't be rushing taking 9 to 10 on this horse. This horse can win, but I mean, last time out, he was just under 3 lengths behind Just Sonic running on. It I think it has got a chance. Well, I mean, a winning chance, but 9 to 10, I think too short in this field. With Chow, because I reckon Chai is going to be a big contender. Lower Canyon also looking like it's improving. On Tuesday, I was making the comment that Tara Lang looks like she's struggling a little bit. And what happens? She wins 2 races. I'm really glad for them. Chase June on both those mounts. So that stable is improving. Keep watching out for them. Here we are at race number 2 at the Pinnacle Stakes over 2,200 meters. Let's have a look at the betting. Here we have another hot favorite, 11 to 20. Africa's Gold, Crystal Stream, 11 to 2, 6 to 1, Ice Baron, 7 to 1, Celestial Prince, 8 to 1, and longer the rest. Yeah, I'm not going to talk a lot of stories about this. This number 1, Africa's Gold, is the second best weighted, where number 5, Onesie, is the best weighted, but Africa's Gold beat Onesie comprehensively last time, and I don't think there will be a problem for him repeating that. Africa's Gold, I think, too strong for this field. Do have a look out for the Celestial Prince. I couldn't believe his last run, and I think that Celestial Prince might be an improver today. Here we have Onesie. As I said, Onesie is improving. Not improving, but I mean, a 7-year-old mare can't improve much, but run some honest races. There was second behind Africa's Gold. But yeah, this horse is also one of those horses when the nominations comes out, she someone nominates herself. Yes, Crystal Stream. Crystal Stream, a little bit down in the merit rating here against the field, but only carrying 52 and can make his presence felt. Crystal Stream, only a small field, everything is possible. Here we have race number 3, a maiden plate over 1,200 meters. Let's have a look at the betting. The betting is as follows. First timer number 8, Jack Sway 17 to 10, Untamed Tiger 28 to 10, 11 to 2, Super Noir 7 to 1, Plavipio, whatever it's called, Plavio Field 7 to 1, 10 to 1, Curious, and Silver Senorita 14 to 1, the field. Now, I made my selections in excluded number 8, Jack Sway. It's a Jackson by Tiger Reach mare because I got nothing to go on. And based on my selections, my selection here is number 3. Ploview Field, 7 to 1 shot, comes from the Dawson stable in November, having its first run here. And I think of this, the soft falling range, they really like the poly track. Those horses getting minus 2.5. Has run some decent races here, second behind Viper Jet, there behind Battle of Trafalgar, 2 winners from there, 1 winner from that first race. And I think that finding himself in this company, he's going to make his presence felt. I like the breeding Miss Virgo by Fastness Drock. She has thrown some 1 or 2 good horses. Outsider selections in this race, number 2, Stellies. Last time out, the saddle slipped back. You can ignore that run. But before that, ran a good race behind Winter Court. Other outsider selection is number 11, Silver Senorita. Silver Senorita on Tuesday ran fourth, 2.25 lengths behind Lotus King and can be involved in a finish again. So let's move on to race number 4, where we have a maiden plate over 1,400 meters. The betting as follows. Number 4, Sunshine Beats 28 to 10, 33 to 10, Marion Haste, Abia 4 to 1, Catherine Duval 9 to 2, with our blessing 8 to 1, Dancing Girl 10 to 1, first timer, Klana 12 to 1, 25 to 1, and longer the rest. Yeah, I think here we have an open maiden plate. Race 4, my selection is number 1, Abia. Abia is a very well bred. Silvano by Al Maftime, Arabian Empress, has also thrown some useful runners. I see they did pay 300 rand for the horse. Now this horse, this horse was battling a little bit in Gauteng, but 3 lengths behind, 6 lengths behind, 4 lengths behind, always there and thereabouts, but just can't reach the winners. And I think in this weaker center today, number 1, Abia, in my mind, from draw 8, is going to be a huge runner. Sylvanas, they don't have a problem on the poly. See, this horse has run on the poly before once at 4 lengths behind. Cantata Choir. And I think Abia today, in my eyes, in this race, a very huge runner. Then number 5 is a Catherine Dewell, has also been running well, improving all the time. And I think today that this longer distance will suit Catherine Dewell, and definitely a horse that you want to include in all your selections. And in my other selection, number 7, without blessing, that run last week on Tuesday. It ran 5th, 2.15 lengths behind Fireworks, and I think this horse is improving. So put it into play. It was also an ex-Gauteng horse, where it ran also against Anything Goes. Now, you put Anything Goes in this race, it will win by 25 lengths. So maybe the horse now finds it in the right center. So there are other horses with chances. Sunshine Beach, the favorite. Duncan McKenzie is also running well on the poly. And with Ferraris on board, definitely in with a huge chance. Marion Haste, I think, can also be involved in the finish. And then if you can afford it, just drop this free rain cap in the back end of your quartets. This horse has run 1 or 2 good races, but you know what happened last time and the round before that about, Ziesman Oosthuizen horses can sometimes surprise. Then we moved out to race number 5, which is a minute rate at 86 handicap, Class C, average minute rate 77. Let's have a look here. Here the betting is as follows. Number 5, Vars Boy, 2-1. Thomas Becker, 28-10. Last Chase, 5-1. Brandina, 5-1. 14-1. Seville, 16-1, and better the rest. Now here in race 5, we just have a look, you'll see it's a Class C, average minute rate at 77. Here we have number 1, Brandina, which is my first choice. This horse come with a huge reputation. Originally had the minute rating of 94, now down to 87. Has been running in B divisions. You'll see here, you'll see no C division in this race. Now today, running in a C division, 77, and has run against some useful opposition. And I think down in class, Greg Chain on board, Brandina 5-1, really I think is a nice each way bet. Then number 2, Baltahar, you must also have a look for this. This horse, I think, has got potential, has got ability, might be a little bit short, but I expect this horse to also improve today. Gavin Smith stable is in form. Then my other outsider selection is number 4, Seville. Also Alan Greef in Glovu, drawn 3. This horse always run there and thereabouts, always falling 5 lengths. But if you have a look here, has also run against much stronger opposition. 87, Purple Diamond. 91, Bold Coast. 97, Omega Onslaught. Philos, 83, 90, 87. Now number 4, Seville, finds himself in his average rated of 77. Surely must have a chance in this field. Yes, Vars Boy. Now, Vars Boy also in a huge chance, Gavin van Smith stable. But my thing is that Vars Boy hasn't run in the class of those mentioned before, which I've just mentioned. I don't say he doesn't have a chance. I don't say it cannot improve. But what I'm saying is that to me, it's not a 2-1 shot, because there are horses who has run against bigger opposition. I mean, this horse has only run in the C division twice. There's one. You'll see that Class C, 2 runs, 1 second. That's all. Now, let me just have a look here. When you have a look here, Seville, Class C, 7 runs, 1 win, 3 seconds, 2 fifths. You see, that's an important indicator that you can show you how a horse has performed in a particular class. You see, yes, Brandina has run in the Class C before for a second, a third, and 2 fourths, but has performed much better than in Class B. So it's not necessarily if it says there doesn't perform in Class C, it just means that they might have performed better in other classes. And anyway, this Brandina's course and distance, one win, one run, one win on course and distance. So to my mind, Brandina, a big runner in this race. So let's move on to race number 6, which is a merit rate at 74 handicap, Class D, average merit rate at 72. Let's have a look here at the betting. The betting as follows. Jagger Moon 14 to 10, King Capone 4 to 1, Impressive Master 11 to 2, Judas 11 to 2, Still Tapping 10 to 1, 12 to 1 at the office, Edu Ferdinand 20 to 1, and 7 to 1, 25 to 1. I must say I can't believe Edu Ferdinand at 20 to 1. I'll tell you why now. Race 6 here. My first selection here is number 5, Jagger Moon. I said last time out, when this horse won its maiden last time out, I said that I think this horse will improve, and really did improve. I mean, 4.5. This horse could have won by 6, 7, 8 lengths. The jockey never pushed him. He went start to finish. And then I also like the horse that finished second, Judas. There is now a weight change. Was carrying 56, and Judas was carrying 60. So there was 4 kilograms. Now they are only, there's been a 3 kilograms, so it's 5 kilograms better off. But I think it cannot, reverse that. So but I do believe Judas, and Judas is not at a bad price, 11 to 2. And then and the reason why I can't understand that this horse is 20 to 1, because he finished third, Edio Firen, finished third behind Jagger Moon, running on from behind 23.9, and I think Eddie Furren can be his biggest danger, because last time out this horse was carrying 51 and a half. Now today it's carrying 49 and a half, 51 and a half, and Jagger Moon was carrying 58. So that gives you 58 minus 51.4. That gives you a 7.5. Now Jagger Moon is carrying 8 kilograms, 58, and so it's now 58 minus 49.4. So now that's 8.5 kilogram turnaround. So Ando's horse finished way from behind, was running on strongly. So that's my other outsider selection. Eddie Field, don't leave it out 20-1. I think a huge price. Then we goes down to race number 7, a Phyllis Amaya 64 handicap class D, average merit rating 64. Here the betting is as follows. Number 1, Overcount 3 to 1, She's a Rockstar 33 to 10, 92 Cana, Upper 10, 8 to 1, Viva Le Blue 9 to 1, Cyber Security 9 to 1, 14 to 1, and Better the Rest. So here at race 7, my selection is number 8, which is She's a Rockstar. She's a Rockstar has been running well, drawn 1. Marco van Rensburg hasn't ridden a lot of runners for Zietsema Oosthuizen, but it can always be a first time. Now, She's a Rockstar. I have been running against horses like Colorado Spring, Princess of Fire. I think is a really good horse as well. And I think in this field from draw 1, the 7-year-old mare can have opportunity to record a fourth win. Outsider selections is number 5, which is Upper 10. This horse didn't run too bad after the maiden, and I think today over this distance of 2,000 meters, Upper 10, I think will like the distance of Par Fork by Mutterfall, and I think that the distance will suit it. Also ran a close second, 1.25 behind Colorado Springs. Lady Quinn has also won after that. Overcount is the favorite for this race. But I think this horse is improving, not to be left out. Then my other outsider selection is number 10, Cana. Cana also won a maiden, and then Ryan Express did one last time out, and this horse only ran 2.35 behind Princess of Fire, and I think that is also a very good effort. I see already Greg Chain has had 7 rides for Zietman, winning 2 and 1 for a second and a fourth. So let's move on to race number 8. Race number 8, we have conditions plate class B, average merit rating 98. Let's have a look at the betting. Here we have the favorite 6, Gene Fish, 9 to 2, 5 to 1, La Bella Mia, Golden Johns, 11 to 2, 10 to 1, Montreal missed 25 to 1 and longer the rest. Now I can tell you one thing is for certain. I will not rush to take 90-20 at Gin Fist. I'm going to have a look at Gin Fist. Gin Fist, not my first selection, but I will have a look at it. This horse is now running today over 1,000 meters. This horse has run over 1,000 meters in Gauteng and has run some huge races in Gauteng. But the merit rating 100, only carrying 51.5. Sure, I think the horse has got a huge chance, but not 90-20, because my selection number one, La Bella Mia, is no donkey herself. This horse is running also against the best in the country, has knocked up seven wins, of which three were over 1,000 meters. Did one well here over 1,000 meters in September, and I think La Bella Mia also a huge runner. But yeah, Gin Fist, the weight Gin Fist carries definitely favors the outsider selections. Is number 7 and 8, Montreal Mist. They are also well weighted. Both of them has got chances in this field, but I think more place chances than a winning chance. So let's move on to race number 9. Race number 9 is a measured 74 handicap. Let's have a look at the betting. Here we have number 1, Joyful Noise, 5-2, Soul Train 9-2, Tala Al Girl 9-2, Winter Vacation 6-1, Daisy 10-1, Orchard Express 14-1, Lion King 16-1, and Better the Rest. Yes, here my first selection is number 1, Joyful Noise. This horse is constantly running well. I think it's very well bred, and I think this horse has got a future and will be too good for this field today over this 1,200 meters. Last time out was running in a higher division in 83, now back in a 63 or in a 68. Huge drop in class. Has run well in a higher class before as well. So I think Marco van Rensburg can be standing in the payout queue. Here's number 2, Bold Dreamer. Bold Dreamer in the same situation. Also a horse you need to include in all your play. This horse has also run against some stronger opposition than it's beating here before, but has been beaten by Joyful Noise before. And but I think and ran close. Last time out also ran in a 95 in the B division, now back in the D division. And I think Bold Dreamer, a horse that you might want to include into your play. My other outsider selection is number 7, Winter Vacation. Has won a maiden well, and I think this horse can follow up. Only made a reappearance after the break in November, but did win a maiden by 3 lengths, although not in a strong field. But I think the horse has got ability, so you need to follow. So that brings us to the end of our preview for Fairview. We'll now move over to Gryeville. Here, Gryeville, we also have 8 races today, starting in 1:45. And the first race is a maiden plate over 1,800 meters. Let's have a look at the betting. Okay, here the betting is as follows. Number 12, Raisa Hallelujah, 13-20. 4-1, Averina Bay, 10-1, Tell Me Magic Dew, 10-1. 16-1, Arminius, 18-1, Cossack Warrior, 20-1, and Better the Rest. With the utmost respect to the most of the trainers and owners in this race is a weak field, and I think the number 12 won't have a problem beating this field. Number 12 is the 4 horse in this race. Has only had 3 runs. Last time I did run on well behind fire at the track, and but is drawn 12. But I'm sure Warren Kennedy can overcome that problem. And the 1,800 meter would be no problem for this horse. So definitely the horse to beat. Outside the selections, number 5, Tell Me was a very mediocre horse, but has run some fair races and some places, and maybe the horse that can finish closest to number 12. My other outsider selection is number 10, and that is a Magic Duke. Magic Duke comes from Gauteng, Now the Magic Miller, with the Miller stable, Irish combination, and yeah, I think in this field, this horse can improve on the Poly, Duke of Marmalade. So looking for number 10 to make an improvement. So let's move on to race number 2, which is a fillies and mares handicap 86, class D, average merit rate in 66. The betting as follows. Yeah, here today we have also some difficult fields at Gryeville. Number 1, Santa Victoria 4-1, Beljar 4-1, Chatty Chatty 9-2, Cooler Patches 11-2, 8-1 Zapara, Ingankara 9-1, 14-1, altogether lovely, and 16-1, and better the rest. So here in race 2, my first selection is not number 1 but number 9, Cooler Patchy. This horse, I think, the way it went last time out, coming from behind, sustained finish. This is not a strong field, and I think this horse can follow up with from his maiden. As I said before in previous recordings, that I was always one of those guys who believed that you can't follow a horse once he's won it maiden. But I've seen that trend has now changed lately, and more often than not, you'll find horses that once they already maiden and then just follow up with another win in a handicap. So yeah, I am changing my mind about that. That's why I haven't got a hesitation in tipping Cool Apache, because I think Cool Apache is a horse that got ability, and if the horse has got ability, you need to follow it. Then here we have number 10, Bell Jar, one of the favorites. Also in with a chance getting the -4, but from draw 10. Then my other outsider selection is 11, Zagara. Lyle Hewson on board, but drawn 11. But has been running well after and has been placed, and I think last time out just ignored that run behind Mrs. Hotline. I'm sure something was not right there, and I'm looking that Zagara will want to run an improved race. And a horse that I think you need to also include is this horse altogether lovely. This horse is nicely bred Futura by Strike Smartly, and the 2,000 meters will definitely suit this horse. I mean, he got a pipe opener in his first 2 runs and then won very easily over the 1800 and even the 1900 over at the 78. Now running in a 66, so it's down in class. So altogether lovely. I think really a horse that has got a chance in this field. Then we move to race number 3, which is a track and ball fixed odds merit rated 79 handicap over 2,000 meters class C, average merit rating 75. So let's have a look at race 3. Where the favorite is numbers 2, Miraculously Hours, 4-1 Tideman, 92 Run to Dingmark, Fire on Track 7-1, 9-1 Techno Captain, Smart Socks 12-1, 14-1, and better the rest. Now, guys, let me just scroll down here to number 7, which is not my first thing, but I just need to make a talk about this. This horse, has run some decent races and has been running in this class. But now, coming from Kenilworth, yeah, he might have a chance. It's the first run on the Poly. So what do the bookmakers do? They price this horse up as favorite. Now Anton Marcus gets on the horse. Now the horse is favorite. Everybody goes for this because Anton Marcus is on the horse. Now Anton Marcus gets beaten on the horse. Everybody is angry about Anton Marcus. But I've said it before. I cannot understand it that people are letting them be leading blind by the bookmakers. Because if there's a horse in the race and Anton Marcus on the board, they price the horse up favorite. Whether the horse has got a chance or not, and that is why you need to do your homework and then decide. Listen, no, I think this horse is overpriced. It's the wrong favorite. There are horses with better chances in the race. And that is important. Then you will not get angry with Anton Marcus, but you will get angry with the bookmakers showing you a blind one and stealing your money. It's not Anton Marcus stealing your money. It's the bookmaker stealing your money. Because, I mean, based on this horse form against this, I mean, it can win. but I can't see it as favored because in my eyes, I think number 6, Run to Denmark, has got much better form. It's running now here in a 75, but it won a 75 last time out, and then it ran in an 81 against useful opposition Donald McDonald. Gentleman's Wager has won again. So I think in my mind, Run to Denmark has got a much bigger chance to win the race. But Run to Denmark is 9-2. Miracle Hours is 5-2. If it was 4-1 the field, yes, maybe then I could say, okay. So they're going you another blind one, pricing up Miracle Hours. And maybe you'll be laughing after the race at me, but I'm not so sure. Right, outside the selections in this race. Another horse that I like, number 4, Smart Fox. Smart Fox always run honest races and has run against some decent races here behind Donald McDonald in a 76, Monarchy, final occasion. It's always there and thereabouts. Then last time out began Run to Denmark, never afraid, but I'm willing to give it another chance. It is drawn for Smart Fox, a nice horse to include into your play. Then my other outsider selection is number 9, which is Pollard. Now, Pollard also has run against some useful imposition in the past year in an 87, 85, 88, ran second there behind Padre Pugh, no slouch. Cloud of Witness, no slouch. Captain Pride, no slouch. Beat Janice Q, not a donkey either. Here, second behind Christopher Robin. It's all class horses, and now running down in class, and I'm sure Pollard definitely a horse that you want to include into your play. So let's move on to race number 4. 1,000 meters, medal rating 78, handicap class C, average medal rating 74. Let me just quickly grease my throat. Here again, great guy, Marcus, 22-10. Purple Powerhouse at 28-10. Love Lavu, 15-2. Ziva La Winter, 8-1. Bravo Zulu, 12-1. Leslie Spark for me, 12-1. Josie Hustle, 16-1, and better the rest. Again here, they price up number 7, Great Guy. Now let's have a look here. It's a C74. Great Guy, let's have a look at Great Guy. So Great Guy has run against Purple Powerhouse, beat him with 3.7 lengths last time out. They ran, they had the same weight. Then got beaten by Kingston Rock in a 75. So they're running the same thing. Now he runs against Captain, against Powerhouse again. Where is it now? Purple Powerhouse again. Now Purple Powerhouse is carrying 56. And Great Guy is carrying 56.5. So they're carrying the same weight again. So how in hell can he overturn a 3 lengths beating? I mean, it doesn't make sense, but he's favorite. And Purple Powerhouse last time got beaten just on the line, Lyle Hewitson on board. And I think it will go close. But my selection in this race is actually number 7. Oh, sorry, we now at race number. Here we are. My first selection is number 9, Ziva La Winter. Now, Ziva La Winter did one well in maiden. And then last time behind this Cold Hard Cash, this horse was favorite. And I said to them, I think the field is a little bit too strong. And now today it's down in class. And I think today we'll run a much better race. But my problem is that this horse was also beaten by Purple Powerhouse. And it was carrying less weight. Now it's carrying more weight. So that might be a bit of a problem, but that again, they're running close to each other. So again, I would think my contention is that the race will be focused around number 9 and number 10. Okay, then I just want to give you my other outsider selections. Number 2, Lavu, getting the -4. I think last time can improve on that last run. Definitely not a donkey herself. And then finally, my other outsider selection is number 11, Zovar. Now, Zovar has run in much higher divisions. Yes, he ran in behind Cold Hard Cash, which won again the other day in an 87, 86, 85. So he can also be involved in the finish. He ran third to the stablemate Wiz of Oz, and yeah, last time was beaten 4 lengths, 80, but it said past some fastest 422.9. So number 11 so far, definitely a horse that you want to include in your betting and your play. So let's move on to race number 5, which is a merit rated 89 handicap class B, average merit rating 85 over 1600 meters. Here we have Green Light to Heaven 3-1, Native Tongue 33-10, Ralph the Rascal 5-1, African Sunrise 5-1, 9-1 Captain Pride, Just for the Penny 9-1, 10-1 and better the rest. Yeah, here my first selection in race 5 is number 7, which is African Sunrise. Yeah, we're running here in race 5 in a B division 85. Look here, African Sunrise 93, 99. This horse is run against and beaten horses useful in possession. And I think today African Sunrise over the 1600 meters is going to run a huge race. Outsider selections for me in this race is number 1, Cape and Pride. This horse has been running well, also against some strong opposition, and I think can improve to be involved in the finish. In my other outsider selection, Ralph the Rascal, also a horse that's got potential, has been running well, notched up 2 wins from 7 starts. Lyle Hewitson on board, also ran in a much higher division last time out against Frank Lloyd Wright, and will still run a good race 3 lengths behind, second fastest to 400. When it beat Green Light to Heaven by 1.4 lengths, also fastest to 400. Yes, Native Tongue, Anton Markens on board, not without a chance, but definitely not, I think, it's 43 to 10. Okay, let's look at Green Light to Heaven. Green Light to Heaven just won, has run second to Ralph the Rascal last time out, and I think can improve and be involved. But yeah, my first choice is a African Sunrise. So then let's move on to the next race, which is race 6. A Felicia Mayor 74 handicap, 1400 meters, Class C, average merit rating 74. Let's have a look at the betting. Race 6, number 9, State of Mind, 5-2, Passivity 3-1, Wishful Girl runs 7-1, Someone Exciting 7-1, Arabieta 8-1, Purple Nkayenzi 12-1, 14-1, and better the rest, number 10, Scratching. So here we have the race 6. Number 9, State of Mind, really won well last time at 5.5 lengths. Looking for Warren Kennedy to follow up again and on sale again. Might be a nice double to take them with the previous horse they also have. So definitely have a look at that. What was the horse name? I forgot it now. So, and then my outsider selections in this race, number 7, Someone Exciting, always there and thereabouts. I've got Lyle Hewitson on board, and that makes him a huge danger. My other outsider selection is number 1, Purple Nyangazi, Moodley on board. I think this horse is also better than informed suggests, and definitely a horse to look out for. Let me get to race number 7. Race number 7 is a 1400 meters, merit rated 77, Class C, average merit rated 72. Here the betting is as follows. Number 15, Bassam 5-2, 2 of us 4-1, Into the Future 5-1, Sovereign Soldier 9-1, Casero 9-1, 9-1 through the wicket, 10-1, Tromso, and 16-1, and better the rest. Here my first selection is the emergency acceptor number 15. Please note that this horse will be jumping from Storgate 3, and it's getting Carl Stradom on board, so it's getting -4 from the. This horse has run against some really decent opposition in Gauteng, and then moved to the Crawford stable now in the care of Mr. Mr. Musket, and I think will run a huge race. Last time out was just beaten in a 79, now running in a 72. Behind Draft the Rascal, third fastest to 423.9. So they had a nice pipe opener, and I think 15 Bassam ready to win this race. Outsider selections, in my opinion, here is number 2, Into the Future. I think the Hill stable is on board. Anton Marcus on board. This horse has run also against some much stronger opposition last time out, and I think will be well suited to the 1400 meters. And I'm looking for this horse to be running on at the end. You can see this horse often runs 400, the fastest 400 to finish. So number 2, Into the Future, to be involved in the finish. My other outsider is number 5, Kyocera. Lyle Hewitson on board, drawn 5. This horse is also in form, running well. Also running an 81 last time, now in a 72. And I would think number 5, Kyocera, also be involved in the finish. 2 of us, one of the favorites, but I think these horses has run against some strong opposition. But with one Canadian on board, you never know. So don't leave out, but it can improve riding for his wife and his brother-in-law here. So let's move on to race number 8. Race number 8 is a maiden plate over 1400 meters, and the betting as follows. Number 9, Miss Texas, 33 to 10. Solar 9 to 2. Leading Lyric 5 to 1. 13 to 2. Conchita Tostina, number 1, 9 to 2. 9 to 1, 9 to 1. Casadro, perfect display, 12 to 1. Again, here again, my feeling is the favorite here, number 9, Miss Texas, the favorite because Marcus is riding it. Because if you have a look at it, it's not having got that strong form. Yeah, under 5 lengths behind Umzuntu. Before, didn't do much, but now it's the favorite from draw 9. But I found you a nice value bet that you can follow, and that's number 5, Conchita Yeni, riding like a demon. Now, this race is over 1400 meters. This horse has run twice over 1200 meters, once on a turf and once on a poly. And in both instances, he was fastest 400 to finish. And I think of all these horses, this horse will be running on the best at the finish. And I think Conchita today to go into it, a nice price. My value bet at 13 to 2. My outsider selection is number 6, Casadro, I think, which has also got a huge chance, also going for the 1400 for the first time, and I think that will also enhance his chances. My other outsider selection, number 8, is Leading Lyric. Leading Lyric has been running places, getting the -4, and yeah, I think also again the 1400 meter will improve. A Noble Tune by Right Approach Me definitely has run places, and I think if you have a look here, also came from last 24.9, fastest 400 to finish over 1,100 with Carl Strainham on board. And I do believe, I watched the race, this horse was nowhere. It was going nowhere, and all of a sudden he just took off and ran off. So I think number 8, Leading Right, Lyric, a huge contender. And I just want to say again, number 9, Texas, not without a prayer, but not in my eye, a 33 to 10 shot, or could be favorite for this race. I might be proven wrong. So this brings us to the end of the two meetings preview. I hope I could point you in the right direction for a few winners. And as I always say, break a leg.